Welcome.
Bring up the glasses and read my writing. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters of Local 569. Thank you, Elizabeth, for putting this on. Why am I running for Vice President of Operations? I had asked, many members at DL asked me to run, but before I decided to put my name forward, I had asked myself, can I make the 3-year commitment? I'm a 40-year operator, so I'm close to retirement. But I had to ask myself that, and yes, I will make the 3-year commitment if I'm elected. Even before I was appointed the shop steward at DL, I seemed to have taken on the role as shop steward. Steve Gumrabi, add to that, I sent him many letters over the years. Then he appointed me to shop steward at DL. I had some concerns. Example, how motormen were treated on the radio. And city not enforcing their own bylaws. We had safety concerns on the Metro line. A lot of operators were scared to drive the Metro line because all the rumors they heard how unsafe it was. We had a meeting with the city to sit down and for them to actually come up with a letter to say it is safe to operate. As you know, we still have some issues. I had many concerns about the city's bylaws. We have them, they don't want to enforce them. I've talked to security. We haven't got the manpower. And their bosses says that's not what we're here for. But so I've been fighting for that to try and get something done there. There's been a lot of letters to the union, to management, and I can see some ways a glimmer of hope. But one thing is, the management does know the problems. I have documented the problems, and I've said, if something happens, it's in your court now. I have promoted respect amongst our members, and even with control. That's why I came up with this poster, What If campaign. Or What If poster, sorry. Because so many times we walk in the garage, we have smart remarks to one another. We think it's funny. Some people do think it's funny, but others take it wrongly. Wouldn't it be a lot nicer to say something positive in the workplace? Because I've seen people go out and drive the buses or drive the trains. It might be an inspector, maybe one of the supervisors talk to them, and they're upset. I've seen people run a red light or blow a stop sign because they're thinking about what was said to them. And I'd like to be proactive, make people try and feel better, even get management to treat operators better too, so that they feel good out there, so they don't make some of these mistakes. I learned, taking the mental health first aid training through the union office, that we can affect a person's day, negative or positive, just by what we say. Another thing I like to do is, after taking the mental health first aid training, is try and have courses like this in the evening for members and their families. You know, when we go in the garage, I don't know, maybe you had a death in the family or somebody sick or anything like that. Or they have mental disorders. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to have some knowledge in the family, have knowledge of this? That's what I like. We have the union hall. Let's use them at night to promote courses for our families. We can do some fun things. And I think doing this kind of stuff will help to get members out. They feel comfortable. This is the union hall. This is another way, I think, of getting members out. We have, as an executive, we have to get out and let members know who we are. We are the executive. If you have a concern, please talk to us. At DL, I don't think there's not one person, one union member does not know I'm a shop steward. And even management, they know who I am. But that's one thing. We have to have a good working relationship with our management too. And that'll help to solve a lot of our problems. before they get any worse. Another thing, like Steve has brought up, we have 12 shop stewards being elected this year. I think we got 4 putting their names forward. I'd like to see all those positions filled, even the ones that aren't going to be elected. They can be appointed. I think I want to get out there and let them know, get hold of your business agent and try and get involved as a shop steward. Then, as a shop steward, you might get more inclined to put your name forward for an executive position. I will listen to our members. I'll do the best to bring the concerns of the membership to the executive. I'm looking for your vote. I want to be your next Vice President of Operations. I want to be next Vice President of Operations. And I'll let my record of my community volunteerism and stand. I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud of my accomplishments, and I want to be your next Vice President of Operations.
Do we have any questions for Lester?
So much stuff going on right now. Is there any questions? Ah, yes. Andrew, in the back.
Oh, you let Dennis go first.
Okay, Dennis?
I just wanted to ask Lester, what's his views between driving a bus and driving a train and vis-a-vis management feedback when you do something wrong?
I think it's the same either on bus or the train. It's who you're dealing with. And I've heard lots of complaints by different management, how they deal with operators. Some operators just don't feel that they're welcome in the office, or they can go in and talk to the manager. One thing, we do have a pretty good working relationship with our management at DL, because we can go and talk to them. They might not agree with us, but we at least can talk to them. But I've heard complaints from other operators that they don't feel the manager or supervisor at their garage treats them with respect.
I just want to say, Lester, just an observation. I was at DL for a couple months last year on Modified. There is a real difference in the atmosphere there. It is very respectful. It's very inclusive. And I had people tell me that it's due to your work there. That, you really do focus on the respect and the good relationship building, the good rapport. So I just wanted to let you know that it is noticed.
Thank you. That's why a lot of people have asked me to do this. I didn't know if I really wanted to go further because I am getting close to retirement. But so if it made me feel pretty good, they're asking me to do it. And one thing is to your comment, too. One morning, an operator made a comment to one of the female operators at DL. And I added to the comment, and I thought I added with positive, but it didn't come out positive, which I had to make sure I got to that person and say, I meant it in the best way possible. And I think that's one thing is, as members, we have to treat with respect. We're not all going to agree, and I hope we don't all agree. But at the end of the day, we've got to make a decision, and we have to have respect with that, of the outcome.
Can you touch on the first aid training proposal again you brought up at the Union Hall? What was that?
The union office put on mental health first aid training for the shop stewards and other executive, and we also had people from HR there, which was really good. We got to meet people from HR, and John Dowd, the city chaplain, was the person doing the course. And I had a serious incident on LRT back last year, and I wished I would have taken an opportunity to actually talk to John Dowd. So if anybody ever has a serious problem, he is an excellent person to talk to. But you're always scared to go and talk to somebody we don't know. And I'd like to have that training for members and families, maybe at the Union Hall that evening. There's lots of things we can do. Yes. Commissioner Z?
Well, I was just, you and I have talked before, you have prior board experience outside the union, is that correct?
Yeah, the wife and I were Kinsman governors, which we looked after all of Alberta and BC. That's where I have the experience to work with people. We have a team we put together as our executive. So we knew who our executive we were. We handpicked them. But still, you had your problems with everybody had the different ideas. But then we had deputy governors who were elected. So you don't know who they were. So you had to learn to work as a team. And so I had lots of years of Kinsman. Wife and I were runners up for governors across Canada, which we were very proud of. We put a lot into it. And at the end of the day, did everybody like how well we did? No. But we were runners up, so we were very proud of that aspect. And that's why I think that will help me as Vice President of Operations, that experience.
Any other questions for Lester? Comments, concerns?